everyone in Tennessee watching the forecast. And while we don't know exact numbers of when it will begin and how much accumulation we'll get, we know we are on track for a significant weather event. So how we're preparing today is we are making brine, we are stocking our trucks, we're doing any kind of finishing touches on our trucks, and we're also having our crews take it a little easy because we know this is going to be a marathon, right? Over the next few days, into the weekend, into next week, our crews are going to be working shift work. So today it's all about preparing, making sure we have everything in place, and we are stocked and ready to go. Here in Region 3 alone, which covers 26 counties, 11,100 lane miles, we have 495,000 gallons of brine, and we're still making it, and 65 bulk tons of salt. So we are prepared.
What would you say are some of the things that you guys have perhaps learned in the past from some of these snowstorms that we've seen that could help you now in terms of trying to, tackle this marathon snowstorm that we're planning?
Right. Well, we do have our standard operations that we brine ahead of a winter weather event. So, of course, we've got some raindrops today. We wanted to wait until that rain was out of the system so we could lay that brine down and not have it wash away, right? What we've learned is we want to have those lanes on the interstate clear, and that might not mean all 4 lanes of the interstate clear, right? We want to have a safe travel lane, especially when it comes to connectivity to hospitals, making sure our first responders have places that they need to go safely. So that is a big part of it. Also, we have new equipment this year, a very large truck that can spread brine across 2 to 3 lanes. That is going to help us get the job done quicker and have more time to do more rounds as well.
Last year there was a snowstorm. This year they're calling for snow and ice. Is there a difference of preparing when there's ice?
Absolutely. Just like a new project, we have different ways to do it. So with snow, we have different ways to do it too, rather than ice. So with snow, as soon as that snow starts falling, we're going to start plowing it as soon as there's enough on the roadway. When it comes to ice, we have to have measures in order to melt that ice. It's a different strategy that we go through, and you may see trucks on the roadway when this winter weather event begins that might not be actively spreading brine or might not be actively spreading salt. That is because we have to let the product work. Unfortunately, it's not a magic dust. So we do have to wait and let that spread, let it sit. So that is why you might not see them actively working before they go across and do another pass.
The reality is there's going to be slick spots regardless of how you treat the road. So what precautionary message do you have for drivers out there as they try to go to their destination safely?
Biggest message here is stay off the roads if you can. We know there are people out there that still need to get to work. We have our essential workers, but if you can stay home, especially if this is happening during the weekend, stay home. This gives our crews a safe a safe room to go ahead and get the job they need done. It also helps our help operators get their job done. When there are less vehicles on the roadway, that helps us do our work better and faster.
And I know after these winter storms, a lot of potholes and stuff, so briefly touch on the next steps after we get past this.
Right.
What didn't be doing.
Absolutely. So our strategy after winter weather events is to hit those potholes as soon as they pop up, right? We know we're going to have a lot of them. It happens every year. We want to be proactive that as soon as that snow and ice is off the road, the sun is shining, it's melted, we can get our crews out there and start doing the work to repair any potholes that come up. We definitely want to be proactive about that. And, if you see them or experience them on your route, submit it to TDOT Fix so we can get out there and assess the situation.
I'm going to ask a little bit about those help trucks that are going
Yes.
to be out on the roads. What will they look like this year? And tell me a little bit about how they operate.
Sure. And we do have an availability with one of our operators here in a moment too. So with our help operations, during a severe winter weather event, we have extended shifts and extended patrols starting on Friday. So our help operators are going to be out on the roads patrolling 24/7. Our traffic management center is staffed 24/7 as well to dispatch those help operators where they need to go. So that could run the gamut of anything from helping a stranded driver to perhaps changing a tire. Also, we have a lot of you know, we're going to expect some accidents, you know, maybe some minor slips and slides there. When they do happen, our help operators are there to help our motorists get off the roadway and clear the roadway and make sure they're safe.
My other question for you is, what are some of the common mistakes you guys see when you see these types of events for drivers and folks out on the road?
Sure. So we know we have a lot of new drivers in Tennessee, perhaps. You know, Tennessee has new people moving in every single day. So if you're not used to the roadways, you know, you may think that you're a great driver in the snow. Maybe hold off, you know, take it slow. That is what we want to say is if there's ice and snow, take it slow. That means slower braking, slower acceleration. Make sure there's enough space between you and the other vehicles, and especially around our equipment, make sure there's enough space. So biggest message I can really stress to people of Middle Tennessee right now is stay home if you can.
Is there any concentration towards the Clarksville area? It looks like they're going to get more snow.
So operations across counties, right now we are a consistent, this is going to be a significant weather event. We're going to treat it as such, and that means clearing our interstates first, then our secondary routes. That's going to be our parkways and pikes, things like that. So when it comes to different counties, we have crews stationed in every single county, every district here in Region 3, and the message is the same, is making sure our roadways are going to be clear and safe for drivers. And again, that may take time. That may mean multiple passes with the plow, multiple passes with assault trucks, but we're going to be there and we're prepared to do it.
You had mentioned something along the lines about you guys manning this traffic operations center. Talk about, I guess, like those efforts, you know, as it, you know, once the weather gets here, once it moves out, things of that nature, what that look like.
So our traffic management center monitors our interstates and state routes 24/7 all year round, right? When it comes to winter weather, we do have extra staff on hand because they are in constant communication with emergency agencies, also local law enforcement agencies. They have more eyes, so they can call our traffic management center to say, you know, there's a spot on this state route that may need some salting. It is a constant team effort at our TMC, especially during severe weather events. They also are updating our SmartWay website. That's smartway.tn.gov. You can get real-time traffic information. You can view live traffic cameras. So if you do have to go out into this winter weather, you can plan your route accordingly before you leave home. So they're constantly updating that as well. Let me get, do you guys mind if you want to get by the truck?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's probably better? Okay. Oh. Yes. Thank you. Yours. Oh, you probably won't. Can we do it by your truck, Todd? I'm thinking of different. If you could, can you do it like right here on the side? Yeah. Oh.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. So then does she need to take that one off? She can take that one off.
No, she can keep that one on.
Okay.
Or yeah,
Double,
she can keep it on.
double miking it.
Yeah. We going over there?
Yeah, yeah. sir. You good.
Please come just a little bit closer to us. I'm going to hold the mic. I'm going to frame you up first, but a little bit, couple more feet if you don't mind.
This way?
Like just closer. Yeah, right. I'm going to sit right there in the middle. Say 3, 2, 1. Is everybody ready? All right, Todd, if you can say and spell your first name. Oh.
My name is
One second. Sorry.
And Todd, you basically gonna look right toward me. Don't worry about looking into the camera. Just-
you or
I'll go. You
You
can
can
look
look-
kind of in the middle.
in
You're
the-
looking
like,
at me.
Yeah.
okay. My name is Todd Stepp, TODD STEPP.
And what's your title with TDOT?
High White Incident Operator 2.
All right, Todd. So briefly reflect on how you guys are preparing for this winter weather.
We are starting to run 24 hours a day starting Friday morning at 5 a.m. and we'll be running 24 hours until the event is over or until the roads are cleared.
And in terms of what are you anticipating? You know, I know that there was a chance of it being a snow event. Now they're saying ice. So how are you guys preparing?
We are preparing for about anything. We're bringing in extra staff Saturday morning. We'll be running 2 different crews, one for Davison County, and then I think 6 or 7 other people that will be working outside, like towards Lebanon, towards Kingston Springs, towards North Nashville, Clarksville, Sumner County area, and down towards Williamson. We'll be working down there.
And anytime we're dealing with winter weather, the message oftentimes is stay off the roads. Are you encouraging drivers to do the same?
I say go ahead and prepare yourself to stay at home. If you're not out on the roads, we're able to clear the roads faster. If there's something in the lane, we can't move the salt trucks. We can't move the help trucks. That's what we're we are there for, is to go to these crashes and move these crashes so we can get these salt trucks moving.
Explain that to me a little bit. These help trucks. What exactly do they do during these incidents?
We're actually going to be responding to crashes through Metro PD, THP, and other counties. If there's a crash in a lane, we're going to be going there, hooking to them, and then dragging them out of the road just to clear the lane so we can move these salt trucks.
As Aaron knows as well, but what are some of the biggest mistakes you see during some of these winter storm incidents?
Sports cars, believe it or not. People out there in Corvettes and Mustangs and stuff like that. It's going to get bad out there. Just be prepared. Have an extra coat in your car. Have a blanket in your car. Make sure your car's full. If you get broke down or you get stuck, you could be there for a handful of hours. And if you run out of gas, you could get cold quick.
And tell me a little bit about these new brine trucks. I understand they can spread brine a little bit further. Is that correct, or is it salt?
To my understanding, I'm mainly with the HELP program, but yes, we have plenty of those trucks. One of my first jobs when I started 25 years ago was mixing the brine up to a certain percentage so we could get out there and pre-treat the roads.
And I have to imagine you guys during winter weather see an influx in crashes. Like, does your volume increase in terms of workload during times like this?
Yes, it's usually minor crashes because people are slowing down, and it's mainly people sliding into a guardrail or sliding down to a ditch, and they're there until we can get there and either pull them out or get tow trucks there. Some of these tow trucks are only like rear-wheel drive, and it's very hard for them to move around. We'll try to get them up and out, but a lot of times they're not going to be able to get reports just because of the high volumes.
And she had mentioned some of the mistakes. Oftentimes people feel like, oh, I have an all-wheel drive car. I can make it out in these conditions. Like, would you like to clear up anything when it comes to those talking points?
I don't care if you have 6-wheel drive. If you're on ice, you're not going anywhere.
How do you mentally prepare for a storm like this? You're going to be really in a marathon here. How do you guys prepare for these big events?
Take one call at a time and just work through it. Pretty much. Like I said, I've been with TDOT for 25 years. I've seen a lot of these events and just work through them one by one.
What concerns you about this event in particular?
If it's forecast correctly, it's the amount as well as the ice that's coming with it. We could deal with snow. Snow's easy to move, snow is easy to melt. Ice, on the other hand, is very different.
And then final question on my end. Tell me a little bit of some of the features you do have in these trucks that make you guys equipped to be able to go out and help these folks.
We are four-wheel drive. We do carry a little bit extra weight, so it's easier for us to move. But if we're on ice as well, we still have problems. We deal with like tractor trailers that stop and then try to get restarted, and they can't. We'll run in behind them, push them a little bit just to get them moving. Once they're moving, they're good. It's once you stop and try to get started is where people have issues.
Thank you so much. Could you show me around your truck a little bit with my camera? Would that be okay?
Whenever you're ready.
I appreciate it.
Grab this microphone off of you real fast.
I don't know which one's yours.